Hi everyone, Dr. Beena here. Today's topic is intraocular pressure and the glaucoma. What is glaucoma? It is the leading cause for the irreversible blindness and it causes optic neuropathy with characteristic structural damage to the optic nerve and the associated visual dysfunction. The risk factor is raised intraocular pressure. What are the mechanisms? Aqueous humor dynamics and intraocular pressure are the two mechanisms by which the glaucoma can be formed. So the intraocular pressure is the balance between the aqueous humor production and the resistance to outflow and the episcleral venous pressure. Now, aqueous humor dynamics. You already studied aqueous humor, just going through it. Produced by the ciliary body by ultrafiltration, secretion, and diffusion, and rate of aqueous production 2.3 microliters per minute. Anterior chamber contains 0.25 ml, and the posterior chamber produces 0.06 ml. Dilute solutions of all diffusible constituents of plasma is seen, but rich in sodium, ascorbic acid, and the lactic acid. And the circulation is like this: posterior chamber through pupil, anterior chamber, trabecular meshwork, then the Schlemm's canal collector channels, and aqueous veins, and the episcleral veins. Now the angle of the anterior chamber. It is the site of aqueous drainage and formed by the roots of iris, anterior part of ciliary body, scleral spur, trabecular meshwork, and the Schwalbe's line. Width of the angle is assessed by the gonioscopy. Now in this diagram you can see the anterior chamber, trabecular outflow, what is the direction, then uveoscleral outflow and the ciliary body, and how this aqueous flow occurs. Now the aqueous outflow system. It is a trabecular meshwork, sieve-like structure through which aqueous humor leaves uveal, corneoscleral, and juxtacanalicular. Then Schlemm's canal and the collector channels are also involved in the aqueous outflow system. Now the raised intraocular pressure. Blockage of circulation of aqueous, that is at the pupil and at the angle of anterior chamber, and raised episcleral venous pressure, and the normal intraocular pressure is 10 to 21 millimeters of mercury. Now we'll pass on to the classification of glaucomas. They are classified into congenital and acquired. The acquired one again divided into primary and secondary. Primary is of two type, open angle and the closed angle type. Now what are the pathogenesis of glaucomatous damage? What happens in glaucoma? What is the damage occurring? That is, one is mechanical and other is ischemic. In the mechanical, backward displacement of lamina cribrosa and the damage to the nerve fiber bundles occurs here. Then in ischemic, raised intraocular pressure reduces the capillary blood flow to the optic nerve head. Now we'll pass on to the primary open angle glaucoma. No systemic or ocular causes for the glaucoma. Most common type, it is bilateral, seen in elderly more than 40 years of age, elevated intraocular pressure more than 21 millimeters of mercury. Typical glaucomatous visual field and optic nerve head damage are seen, and it is open, and normal anterior chamber angles are also seen. So here in this you can see how the intraocular pressure is measured. Normal is, well, in glaucoma it is more than 21 millimeter of mercury, open angle of normal appearance, and then the glaucomatous disc damage is seen here, and the visual field loss is seen here. Now with pathogenesis and the risk factors. Increased resistance to the aqueous outflow due to the thickening and sclerosis of the trabecular meshwork. So that is the pathogenesis occurs in the glaucoma. Risk factors are hereditary. This condition is usually hereditary, and increasing age will increase the risk. Then diabetes and hypertension, there will be increased risk, and high myopia also got a high risk. Now, what are the clinical features? It is chronic case. It is a chronic disease, slowly progressive, insidious in onset, asymptomatic. Insidious onset is asymptomatic. Occasionally, headache and eye aches are also seen. Frequent change in presbyopic glasses. Those who are using glasses, they have to change the glass frequently. Presence of scotoma and raised intraocular pressure more than 21 millimeters of mercury, cupping of the optic disc, visual field changes. These are the clinical features. Now, how will you manage? Early detection, baseline evaluation, record of visual acuity, refraction, visual fields, optic nerve at changes, and gonioscopy. These are done to evaluate the case, and then we'll decide on the management. Lifelong therapy and the review is needed for the glaucoma. To lower the intraocular pressure, we can use either medical therapy or laser or surgery. Now the medical treatment, parasympathomimetic drugs like pilocarpine to increase the aqueous outflow, and sympathomimetics, alpha-1 agonist, clonidine and epaclonidine reduces the aqueous production and increases the outflow, and alpha-2 agonist, brimonidine, and increases UV scleral outflow and reduces aqueous inflow. Then adrenergic antagonist, beta blockers, non-specific beta 1 and 2, that is timolol, then the specific beta 2, beta-xylol, and also prostaglandin analogs, latanoprost. Now another drug is the carbonic anhydrase inhibitor, acetazolamide, decreases aqueous production. Its dose is 250 mg 4 times daily. The side effects are altered taste, loss of appetite, paresthesia of hands and feet, depression, transient myopia, metabolic acidosis, renal stones, and blood dyscrasias. Then argon laser trabeculoplasty is another method, and surgical treatment, trabeculectomy, can be done. Laser trabeculoplasty indication, failed medical therapy, primary therapy in non-complicated patients. Now the congenital glaucoma. Glaucoma appearing below the age of 3 years, that is called the congenital abnormal development of trabecular meshwork. Here the cause is the abnormal development of trabecular meshwork, multifactorial inheritance. So the classification of congenital and infantile glaucomas. There are primary infantile glaucoma and the secondary infantile glaucoma. They are secondary are associated with mesodermal dysgenesis, Rieger's anomaly, Peters anomaly, and Marfan syndrome, and associated with phacomatosis and the hamartomas, and neurofibromatosis and the Sturge-Weber syndrome. Then it is also associated with metabolic disease like homocystinuria, and also associated with inflammatory disease like iridocyclitis, and also associated with the mitotic disease like retinoblastoma. The clinical features of congenital glaucoma, it is usually bilateral, and there will be a triad of symptoms, 3 symptoms: watering, photophobia, and blepharospasm, and signs are large cornea, diameter more than 12 millimeter. Hazy cornea due to edema, stretching of the globe, thinning of the sclera breaks the Descemet's membrane, that is HABS striae. Then deep anterior chamber, backward displacement of lens, iridodonesis, myopia, and glaucomatous cupping. These are the other findings seen in this condition. So here depend on the age of onset, bilateral in 75%, but frequently asymmetrical, corneal edema associated with lacrimation and photophobia, ophthalmos, and if IOP becomes elevated, and then the breaks in the Descemet's membrane, and also optic disc cupping. Now evaluation. How will you evaluate this case? Done usually under GA, general anesthesia, measurement of intraocular pressure, corneal diameter measurement, and the fundus examination. The patient being child, usually the evaluation is done under general anesthesia, and the measurement of IOP, corneal diameter, and fundus examination is done. Now the management, there are medical and surgical management. Medical management is not effective, can be done with acetazolamide, beta blockers, and the beta blockers. Surgical goniotomy, incision made in the ankle by the passing goniotomy knife through the limbus across anterior chamber, that is the goniotomy. Then trabeculotomy, expose canal of Schlem and passes lower prong of the trabeculotome on one side, upper prong used as a guide. rotate to break the inner wall and repeat on the other side. That is trabeculotomy procedure. And then finally we can do trabeculectomy also. So here in this management you can see how the hyopy and then measurement of intraocular pressure and the corneal diameter is done, and this is goniotomy, and then this is trabeculotomy. So this finishes the glaucoma and IOP. Thank you.